Hi, hello everyone, this is Aegon of Astora, and welcome back to my blind playthrough of Elden Ring. This is episode number 20, being recorded on Friday the 30th of September, 2022. I hope you're all having a fantastic day whenever it is you find yourself watching this. Wow. Again, I think it was in this exact same spot in the previous episode when I looked at the Raya Lucaria Academy and had essentially the same reaction. And I'm just blown away sometimes by the vistas in this game. And in this instance, for some reason, the frame rate didn't go to utter garbage. So I'm happy, although I'm still thinking of the frame rate even when it doesn't actually glitch out. But anyways, quite a few notes before we start this particular episode. We are starting here on the Sorcerer's Isle for a particular reason. Those of you who watched the previous episode and have completed the game probably know why. Maybe I think I know something about this island which I actually don't, but I suppose we'll see. So first things first though, we have, as I mentioned, a few things to go through. So in the previous episode, we ran up against a boss named the Red Wolf of Radagon, and I was so confused because when we later came across this item, I was like, wait, so what was that Radagon? And I suppose they took the name Red Wolf of Radagon a little bit too literally, to the point that I completely I had figured this out in the episode prior when we were speaking to Latenna. Latenna was very closely bonded with her wolf, and then her wolf died, or, she had to leave her wolf behind, and so, by virtue of that, in her summoning form, she no longer moves because her wolf is also stationary. So there's this telepathic connection between them, a la the Stark children in the A Song of Ice and Fire or Game of Thrones series. And so I had already clearly figured out what the Red Wolf of Radagon was, but for some reason I didn't put the pieces together. Radagon is this person. He's the husband of Rennala of Caria, the red-haired Radagon, that is the husband of Rennala of Caria, and so he had multiple wives, I guess, and as the husband of Queen Marika, he studied incantations. So, again, if we're using A Song of Ice and Fire as a sort of baseline for what is considered normal or not in this world, in A Song of Ice and Fire, the Targaryen dynasty was in part a dynasty that involved marrying family members to one another, cousins, siblings, all that sort of stuff to quote unquote keep the bloodline pure. And so I don't know if that's similar to what's happening here, but all of this is to say, when I was doing the editing for the previous episode, I just sort of gave myself a little bit of a facepalm because the Red Wolf of Radagon is clearly the wolf of Radagon, but the way it's framed, it makes it sound, in English anyway, it makes it sound almost like it's a red wolf from a town called Radagon. And so I guess I, obviously don't remember all the names of the important people in the world, but Radagon is one of those people. I assume anyway, they're going to be the boss of the academy, the Raya Lucaria Academy. I may be getting that wrong, but the Red Wolf was obviously Radagon's wolf, or the wolf with which Radagon was bonded. Because I'd be very curious to hear what the Japanese translation is of that boss name, because I don't think it would sound so hierarchical in the sense like this is a wolf that's owned by a person named Radagon. I think it's more likely that it's a red wolf that is bonded with Radagon, who is perhaps uncoincidentally also a redhead. So yeah, anyways, I feel a little bit silly about that. I feel a little bit silly about something else as well, and that is for walking away from this puzzle, even though the solution to the puzzle was literally right in front of me, And that is the whole idea that in order to access this area here, which I want to say is an alternate entrance to the academy, that all we needed to do was kill the 3 turtles here, and we could have opened up this alternate entrance, which would have allowed us to give our key. Look at that dynamic time of day changing. Okay, not so dynamic, I guess. The light sources in this game make almost no sense sometimes, and we're actually going to talk about that in just a minute. But Sorcerer Thops needed a key to get into the academy. And again, the answer was literally right here in front of me. And yeah, silly me, I didn't think to go see Sorcerer Thops until after we had used the key. But of course, after you use the key, you can't use it again. So yeah, silly me, I should have, because what I'm assuming we should have done is we should have solved this puzzle. That would have allowed us to enter into the academy without using the key. Then we could have gone and given our key to Sorcerer Thops, who could then use the key to go enter the academy themselves. So yes, they would be, indolent by doing that, lazy by doing that, because they didn't earn the key themselves or himself. But, I don't know if the academy necessarily would have known that. So I guess we would have been helping him cheat on his admissions exam or something. But in any case, I feel bad because, yeah, obviously we could have done that, and we didn't. Unless I'm misunderstanding this whole thing, in which case you can just ignore all of this. But I don't think I am misunderstanding it. But on this subject of turtles, oh wait, hold on. There's one thing we have left to do, and that is we need to read the item description for the Mercury Stone, which was dropped by the Red Wolf of Radagon. Sorry, not Mercury Stone, Memory Stone. A black, lightly beguiling stone prized by the sorcerers who produce them, increases memory slots, said to be a fragment of the black moon that once hung over, or above, rather, the Eternal City. So the reason I didn't read this is that I'm pretty sure the friend at the Roundtable Hold has one of these items. And so I want to say that we read it already, but, granted, it was dropped by that boss that I was confused about, so I should have read it in the previous episode, but it just sort of slipped my mind. But this is not the first reference we've heard to the Eternal City, so we don't obviously know where that is on the map yet, but I'm going to assume that's one of the main areas that we have coming up, if not one of the late game or end game areas, but I suppose we shall see. So having said all of that, it would have been back in something like episode 6 or episode 7 or something like that, when we were exploring Aegon Lake, when I came across a message in front of a turtle, which said something to the effect of, could this be a god? And I thought, oh, that's interesting, because, I thought about some of the indigenous creation stories with which I'm familiar, in which turtles actually have a very significant role to play in their cosmological understanding of the world. Most notably for many indigenous peoples of the sort of interior area of what we now call North America, the landmass that we now call North America is known, or was known, as Turtle Island. And so I mentioned in an earlier episode that I had a video that I wanted to share with each of you about that, and about the idea of Turtle Island, and why I think at least parts of that creation story could be significant in the context of Elden Ring. But that I wanted to give it a proper introduction. And so I'm at least somewhat ready to do that today. Probably not as proper as it should be, but I have a video in which a Mohawk astronomer named Melanie Demare talks about the Haudenosaunee creation story, using an image that I displayed in an earlier episode when talking about this creation story. I suppose I'll let the video play, and then I will add my thoughts to it afterwards. So here is Mohawk astronomer Melanie Demare on the Haudenosaunee creation story.
So when we're talking about Haudenosaunee creation, you can see here on the left-hand side, I've got kind of two perspectives, so I'll move this way. But you can see I have a above view of what's going on in the creation story, and then from the horizon, here's another painting. And this painting on the left is actually from the 1930s by a Seneca artist. So in Haudenosaunee creation, there's a couple of different things that I want to point out. Again, this is a story that can take several days to talk about. There are people who have written theses about Haudenosaunee creation and the different stories and versions and meanings attributed to this. So I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest of what I've learned. And you can see here, you have a sky world at the top. So Skyworld is really the realm where everyone came from. And then you have a water world kind of in between. And then below that, there's actually an underworld. So there are kind of these three elements that we have to consider. And in the sky world up here, you can see there are these longhouses. So Haudenosaunee are people of the longhouse. And it's said that in creation, in sky world, there were longhouses as well in Skyworld. And you can see that there's this tree that has fallen. So in the creation story, there's this tree known as the Tree of Life, or the Celestial Tree of Life, and it emits light in Skyworld and represents the cyclical nature of life, regeneration of life. And this tree is actually slowly dying. It's actually dimming in terms of the light that it's letting off. So you can see right next to the tree, there's actually someone guarding it. And this is said to be a chief in some versions of the story, or an older man. And he's there to protect the Tree of Life from, from death. So he's there to protect the tree. And then it's said that there's another woman in another village or another longhouse who's going through a period of grief, actually. So she's going through a period of trouble, and he's also troubled by the health of this tree declining. And so they come together and they meet. And when they meet, it's kind of a marriage between them that occurs, and she ends up becoming pregnant. So you might actually know the name of this woman, and it's Sky Woman. And that's because Sky Woman fell from the sky world. So the way that happens is there are a few versions again, but the Tree of Life either falls over or it gets pulled out by the roots, and it causes a hole to form in the sky. And Sky Woman falls through this hole. And again, a couple of different versions of this, but in some, she is destined to regenerate life because she's pregnant, so she's going to fall to the world below and kind of regenerate life that way. Or she gets pushed in some versions as well. But either way, Sky Woman falls through this hole, and she grabs onto the roots of the tree, and kind of like at the edge of the hole, grabs the seeds of life as she falls. And you can see here, this is her falling, and here's her again. And as she's falling towards this water world below, there are a group of animals that already exist. So the water animals are already there in the version that I've heard, including the turtle, some beavers, muskrats, as well as water birds, such as the Canada goose that you can see here. So they all congregate, and they see this creature who they've never seen before falling from the sky, and they decide how to catch her and how to help her. And the decision comes that they're going to send their largest birds to break her fall. So that's why you see these geese breaking her fall, basically bringing her down to the water world. And they decide they're going to place her on top of the turtle's back. So when they do so, you may have seen this before, but in this depiction, you can see that the turtle's back looks a lot like the North Americas when you zoom out. So that's an interesting aspect of, if you have an aerial view, it really does look like a turtle. And so as she's falling through the sky, they place her on the turtle's back, and it's said that a bunch of the other smaller water animals tried to go and grab some clay from underwater, and the one that succeeds is the muskrat. So when the muskrat grabs the clay, they place it on the turtle's back, and it's said that the clay expanded because it was wet, so it kind of went like this, and then Sky Woman saw that, and decided she was going to spread the clay over the turtle's back. And that's where the land came from, essentially. And you might have also heard Turtle Island as a reference to the North Americas, so this is all kind of related. Interestingly enough, if you think about it even more, turtles have an inbuilt home, so they already have a home on their back. So it's interesting that that's a part of this story, that is the home of this woman. And then she dances in a counterclockwise fashion to spread the clay. And when she does so, she turns and then throws the seeds of life that she's holding into the clay. So she actually plants a bunch of seeds in that process.
So that is, of course, just a small excerpt from a much, much longer and more detailed video, a link to which I will leave in the video description below, about two-eyed seeing approaches to astronomy. So two-eyed seeing being an approach devised by an elder named Albert Marshall. Our eyes, we don't see depth, we don't perceive depth with one eye, we perceive depth with two eyes. So the idea being that you can see with one eye with indigenous ways of knowing, and we can see with the other eye with Western ways of knowing, and that by combining those ways of knowing that you can perceive depth in issues that you weren't previously able to perceive. And I think that longer lecture is a perfect example of that. So again, I'll leave a link to that in the video description below. What we just saw was an 8.5 odd minute excerpt from a hour and 20-minute odd lecture on two-eyed seeing approaches to astronomy. And so the Haudenosaunee creation story, I think, is interesting in the context of Elden Ring for several reasons. As we just saw, there's this tree of life which emits light. So right away, you can see why I thought, wow, that's actually like very interesting, some of the parallels. And then in this story, this tree and the roots of the tree serve as sort of the interface between worlds. And so, of course, in Elden Ring, we have the tree roots which allow our character to warp from one place to the next within the world. So we are not just traversing distance, we're traversing time, we're doing all of these things that don't actually make any sense if you think about the laws of physics as they're known to Western scientists. But in this context, thinking about tree roots and how they connect, they allow you to interface between worlds. It makes sense. So again, the tree of life emitting light, I think, is a remarkable sort of parallel between those two accounts, as well as the roots serving as the interface between worlds. And so I think there may be other parallels that we've yet to sort of uncover yet, but I just thought I might share that with you, not only because I think it's interesting for several reasons and interesting in its own right, but also because George R.R. Martin, I believe, is American, and Haudenosaunee people are not just in what is now called Canada. Indigenous peoples all over the Western world were in particular locations, and then when settler nation states were established, they ended up being divided by these arbitrary borders that they did not consent to. And so this is one more example of that there are Haudenosaunee people in the United States, what is now known as the United States. And so, I wonder if it's possible that George R.R. Martin, in writing the story for this game or helping to come up with the story for this game, actually might have potentially been inspired by the Haudenosaunee creation story. Okay, so now, having said all of that, it's now time to see if I'm as smart as I think I am. Because, again, when I was editing, I saw the turtles. I don't think we found the third one, but we definitely saw at least 2 turtles. And, the door sort of taunted us, saying, like, oh, you need to solve the puzzle. Oh, it was this thing. For a second, I thought that was an NPC or something. Seek 3 wise beasts, and then all the friends will spawn. Yep. And now I'm looking for 3 turtles. And I assume... Yeah, I don't want to hurt the turtles, to be clear, because there was a message here, something to this effect as well. So I'm sorry, turtles. That's one. And so my assumption is that we kill all 3 turtles, that will open the gate. And so my hope in doing this is that even though the obvious solution to the Sorcerer Thops problem would have been to give him the key and then do this ourselves, I'm hoping against hope, that in doing this, we might be able to inform Sorcerer Thops that we found an alternative way into the academy and that they can use this to get in. But yeah, I suppose I need to find these turtles first. Another thing I mentioned with reference to this particular friend in the previous episode as well is that several of the friends that spawn, you know, every now and then you'll see one that has glowing eyes, and I question what the point of that was. But in reviewing that footage of, you know, when I was questioning it, it actually seems apparent now that for one reason or another, it's just a friend that gives you extra runes. So I don't really know what the point of that is, other than, you know, okay, every now and then there's a friend who's a little bit stronger than the others. But, you know, I don't think that friend even, they didn't really seem appreciably stronger than their comrades. So I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I'm also not seeing any additional turtles here. Or is that one message called them dog? Not seeing any dogs. And then we do have one last thing on our list as well, after we're finished failing at completing this puzzle. And it has to do with the gates to Raya Lucaria, because, you know, I questioned over and over again at the previous, like, where's the other gate? Where are the other gates? I don't understand. I'm so confused. And the area where, you know, we couldn't find we went through the initial gate, the south gate, and I was very confused, like, well, where's the gate? Why can't I find the other gate? And we were there. The area we warped to, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh no. Okay, thank goodness. The area we warped to was the main gate. According to the Site of Grace name, anyway. That was the main gate. So, you know, I don't know why I was so confused about it instead of just looking at the Site of Grace. But so if you were wondering that, then don't worry. I was also wondering that while doing editing for that episode. So, yeah, the things you realize when, you know, you're not sort of rushing to complete a bunch of things while recording. You know, I think I've been good about not doing that for the most part while playing the game throughout this playthrough. But yeah, there have definitely been some episodes where I'm watching it back in retrospect going, oh, you know, I'm definitely just reading words on the screen, but not actually processing what they mean. And yeah, so I apologize for that if that was annoying or aggravating for any of you, because, yeah, again, and looking back and watching it, I was just like, yeah, I don't know why I didn't notice that, but I will blame all of the things I just blamed. Friends, have you seen a turtle anywhere? I'm looking for 2 turtles. I know I saw at least 2 in the previous episode. Okay, maybe I just have to start killing these friends? I don't know. And maybe they show up after you start taking these friends out. Or do they? Or do they just spawn in perpetuity. They appear to be spawning in perpetuity. Okay, so perhaps I've not solved the puzzle. I was so, like, certain that I'd figured it out. And it looks like I may have been wrong. Gosh darn it. Is it you, friend? Are you the other wise person? Oh, are you? Oh, there it is. Hi, turtle friend. Oh, oh no, I'm sorry. Oh man, I feel bad now. Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen a turtle with the ability to climb up a tree, but yeah, that I gotta say that was impressive. Okay, so now we have to find one more. I assume that friend was specifically placed to get you to go and look up. So I wonder whether there are any additional friends who are this friend here. Likely morning. Oh, is it time-based? I'm gonna be really annoyed if that's the case. All these friends are after me, so I can't even look at what time of day it is. Okay, so gosh darn it. I thought we would spend like maybe 5 minutes here trying to figure this out. I figured I had it covered. Apparently not. Seek down, beware. Ah, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay, I have to rate those messages. Thank you so much, friends. Oh my goodness, that took way longer than it reasonably ought to have. Ah, okay. Feels good though. Not killing turtles. I suppose they were just apparitions of turtles, so we don't have to really feel too bad, but all the same, I'm gonna actually exercise some willpower and avoid that alluring skull. Or ignore it, I should say. So does that mean all the ghost friends are also gone? Yes, they are, thankfully. Okay, I can't ignore this one. So, what is so wise about turtles? Hold monster. What monster? Unless... Oh. Are you saying me because I killed turtles? I suppose that is a fair criticism. So is Tetsu the one producing the paintings? That's very interesting, actually. Someone put candles behind that painting. I hope it does not catch on fire. Of course, you can't read any of the text on these things. This looks like the shack. No. This looks like the painter's shack. Is it actually the same? No, I suppose we don't have a painting of the shack. The shack is where we found that first painting. Visions of ladder, indeed. For a split second, I was wondering, wait, so this... that whole thing was just to look at a bunch of paintings. Thankfully not. Okay, interesting. So wait, so this is not actually a secondary entrance into Raya Lucaria, unless it is. Let's see. First off, well done. Thank you. There is a blood stain right there. Oh, sorry. Sorry, painter friend. That's it. That's all there is. Gosh darn it. No, are you? I was absolutely certain that that was going to give us our secondary entrance into the academy, and all it gave us was some extra attunement slots. That's it. Just attunement slots. Yep. Okay, like, yeah, I guess we found what could be the painter's home, or at least someone who really appreciates art. That's, yeah, I'd like to say that's not tremendously disappointing, but that is tremendously disappointing. Gosh darn it. Okay. Well, I suppose it serves me right for being a monster and killing poor wee little spectral turtles. But we do want to go to the main gate, main academy gate. So let's head there now. Okay, I realized, again, while editing, that I examined these seals, but I did not just try to walk by them. And once more, I felt really silly about that while looking back at my footage, because I did notice in the distance that there was some sort of red thing here, and I'm seeing now it's a red summon sign, and also that we have like a minor Erd tree there. Gosh, look at this. Absolutely breathtaking. Okay. Who is this? Be summoned to assist Yura, Hunter of Bloody Fingers, of course. Oh. I thought I lost my chance there for a second. Do we have everything we need, though? Yeah, I think we're good. All right, friend. Come help you out. It's odd that defeat Bloody Finger Ravenmount Assassin. It's odd that it would have summoned me as a red phantom. I'm coming, friend. Rather than a blue phantom, although... What the heck? Okay, so hold on a second. This is... Are we playing Bloodborne or what here? Butt stomp. Oh, he dodged it, fair enough. Oh, they have a little butt stomp of their own. Ash of War, Raptor of the Mists. This Ash of War grants an armament the Keen affinity and the following skill. Raptor of the Mists Duck into a low stance, momentarily vanishing. If an enemy attack connects, avian wings will allow for a quick escape into the air. Okay, so that's what that friend was doing. I thought they were doing a butt stomp, but it looked like they might have been doing that. So that's interesting.
Wretched worms, leave me be.
Okay, that scared the daylights out of me. I am not ashamed to admit I do have my headphones on. They're not like really high, but a decent volume. And I jumped out of my chair temporarily there. So apologies. Wretched worms, leave me be. So he's Volter, the beast hunter, essentially. Seemingly succumbing to some sort of impurity, infection of some sort. He certainly doesn't look like he's struggling with the same thing that what's his name, Roderick, whatever the friend is who lost the guidance of grace. It doesn't, at least it's not at the same advanced state.
Oh, it's you. Thanks for your help there. That bloody finger was a thorn in my side. And now I'm finally rid of him. Here's a token of thanks. Please, take it.
Wow, smithing stone level 5. Thank you, friend. That's, yeah, very kind. Exceptionally kind of you.
I may not have much time. I'm dying to see you. Eleonora. Violet Bloody Finger.
I think that's the first we've heard about that person.
Yes, I've been tracking Eleonora for quite some time. She is the deadliest of all Bloody Fingers. She's felled many an old hand already, but in spite of her cessblood zealotry, Eleonora is a proud knight. If she comes for you, do not think twice. You must flee. There is no shame in self-preservation.
Well, insofar as we flee, it'll probably just be to cheese her, but thanks for your advice anyway.
Be on your way. Perhaps we will meet again, if fate permits.
Did you know I killed another dragon, friend?
Be on your way. Perhaps we...
I guess you don't really care. Okie dokes, well, I'm satisfied because, you know, we did see in the distance there was some sort of glowing red thing, and I was wondering, like, what the heck is that? And, yeah, but at the time, sort of rushing a little bit in that episode, more than I ought to have been, and just while editing, I was like, oh gosh, I should really... Because I specifically identified that something was going on there in the distance, but just, yeah, didn't eventually try to go around the seal. I just activated the seal. Golden seed, very nice. We have 3 now, so I'm going to assume that will allow us to finally upgrade our flask to gain an additional charge. And I honestly don't even remember how many charges you could get as a maximum in Dark Souls 3. I want to say it was like 12 or 13 or something, but you know, sometimes I do miss the good old days of Dark Souls 1 when you can just kindle a bonfire to 20 flasks and just never have to worry about it. So that's that one direction dealt with. Let's see what's going on over here other than massive drop in frame rate. Apologies, yeah. I spent all this time waiting for the PS4 version so that we could play this game without performance issues, but now, of course, we have performance issues. These don't look like dire wolves, I don't think. I think these are just regular wolves, whom I would love to not kill, but I assume as soon as we walked past, they would come after us, so... Apologies to all the doggos out there. Oh, there's more doggos here, okay. Oh, so this leads to the south gate, presumably. But judging by all the foliage and the trees and everything else, the gate has not been used as a gate proper for quite some time. So, you know, judging by the size of some of these trees, you'd probably say maybe, I don't know, 100 years or something like that, that they've just been warping in and out of Raya Lucaria instead of actually using a physical gate, which is interesting in and of itself, I think. I think that was the last, or at least that was the last of that group of wolves. There might be something else here. Yeah, different group, I guess. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Was that wolf bigger than the others? Was that a dire wolf? Yeah, definitely has more HP. Oh, crud. Oh, I was wondering why I kept running out of stamina. That's why. I was messing around with my, I was messing around in Caelid with Latenna. Which Site of Grace was it, just for reference sake? Not Rodview Balcony. Oh, maybe it was. No. Yeah, it was Fort Gale North, where I was just sort of summoning Latenna and then putting her up on different parts of the cliff to see, you know, if you could, again, as I probably would have mentioned in the previous episode, trying to sort of automate the farming process. Not because, you know, I can't farm or I don't want to farm. Well, obviously I don't want to farm because who wants to farm? But, you know, just if I was farting around and not really paying attention, I could just summon Latenna and let her murder all the different giant demonic doggos. I have no problem murdering giant demonic doggos, but I also did not expect that to be a merchant. So yeah, so because of that, I had the increases effective bow range talisman on, and so that I could aggro them from a greater distance. And I was just wondering, why am I running out of stamina so quickly? And I suppose that's why. Hi, friend.
Well, there's been an age since I've seen a customer. How can I help here at the end of the earth?
Depends on what you got, friend. Okay. Fanged Imp Ashes. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon 2 fanged imp spirits. These spirits are well suited to causing a disturbance, moving nimbly like pests and hurling magic pots. The 2 imps seem fond of each other's company. It says this one is exceedingly rare. We have 48 of them, though. Oh, Eye of Yellow. A shrub fruit bursting with ripened pulp. Material used for crafting items. Grown in lands afflicted by frenzy. It's used for its pain-relieving properties, though it's also known to be a dangerous intoxicant. Okay, that looks miserable. Oh my gosh, they have 3 stone sword keys as well. Wow, this person has a lot of really good stuff. Lost Ashes of War, so that's for duplicating them. Favor's Cookbook. This one will give us soporific grease, drawstring soporific grease, sleep bone arrow. So, yeah, for putting people to sleep. And then also St. Trina's arrow, which we've read, meteor bolt. enchanted work of craft made in tandem with the full moon crossbow. The tip is embedded with glintstone. Like a shooting star, these bolts leave a beautiful trail when fired. Deals magic damage. Do we have any of those? We do. Blue cloth cowl. Cowl of a nomadic warrior. The blue color of its fabric symbolizes brisk waters, as fluid and flowing as the sword in the hand of its wearer. Just as waters turn foul, stagnation leads to decay. Warriors must remain ever drifting. So the same theme that we've been dealing with essentially since, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3. Obviously, Bloodborne came out first, so Bloodborne. And there's traces of it in Dark Souls as well, so... is this one of the starting classes? I think this is one of the starting classes. Nothing that we want or need. Sacrifice. So I guess these are the... for not wanting to lose runes. The Preceptor's Secret. A note sold by a nomadic merchant. Contains information about the Preceptor's Secret. Further details are available only to paying customers, of course. This one is about Revenants and the Frenzied Flame Village. Okay, so it's a good thing we have 20,000 runes, because we have a lot of things to buy here. I don't think I'm going to want to use this. Because at this point, I think it's going to be either Jellyfish Friend or Latenna, who we use. We also have plenty of these. I don't think we need that. This we have 0 of, so we might as well pick that up. This we already have 2, but like you can always use them. There are always things to buy them with, or to buy them with, to use them on. Let's say we'll use, but even then, the grease we're not really using because we're buffing our weapon with magic. And the arrows, we need those, we need the beast bones for the arrows. So I think we'll certainly purchase the arrows. This is for a crossbow. Thank you for the rating, whoever that was. Okay, so we're gonna need all the notes, of course, because why the heck not? And yeah, we have 12,000. Might as well purchase all of these. Gosh, and we have 38.78 left. Okay, fine. Twisted my arm from soft while we spent almost all of our runes. Well, thanks, friend. You had quite the nice collection, and I hope you appreciate the runes that I've given you in exchange for parts of your collection.
Have a safe journey.
And you as well. Really distinct voice this one has, compared to many of the others that we've come up to this point. And maybe I'm just imagining that they all have very similar sounding voices, but I feel like they do. What do they mean, be wary of blood loss? Oh, what is this? Oh, it's just an item. Oh, that's why. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pop a quick thank you on that. Okay, I guess we might as well take this thing on, whatever it is. Strip of white flesh, of course. It's similar to that friend we fought in the Limgrave Everjail. Bloodhound, I think they're called. Okay, that wasn't as difficult as I was expecting it to be, even though we almost died. Celestial Dew. hidden tier found in the Eternal City, also known as a night tier, allows one to carry out an absolution at the Church of Vows, reversing all antagonizations. Once upon a time, the stars of the night sky guided fate, and this is a recollection of those times. So in other words, if you were to aggro an NPC, you could use that to reverse the aggro state, which is interesting. I want to go. I assume they included that in the game just because, you know, of course you want to make a game like this. Try dog. You want to make a game like this as accessible, I guess, to new players, in that, yeah, you want to cater to existing Souls players and all of that, but at the same time, there's going to be a lot of people who are playing this game who have never played a Souls game before, just as, you know, with every entry in the series. And so, you know, maybe I'm saying this because the first time I played Dark Souls, I've told this story before, but I was fresh off of Skyrim, and in Skyrim I just did whatever I wanted, and, you know, was kind of a not a tremendous, not as nice as I am now, I guess. Maybe I've grown up a bit. And in that game, I essentially just did as I pleased, and thought that would carry over to Dark Souls initially, and I attacked the Crestfallen Knight, Crestfallen Salden, I think his name is, or no, that's Dark Souls 2. Just the Crestfallen Knight at Firelink Shrine, and they obliterated me over and over again. And I learned my lesson: don't mess with NPCs in Souls games. So I suppose that's there for any of the new players who, yeah, have yet to learn that same lesson. Okay, so now it's time to head. Where the heck did we leave off? The debate parlor, I believe. Yes, indeed. Okay, so picking up where we left off then. Oh wait. Gosh darn it. Okay, sorry. There were some item descriptions we needed to read. Oh, I don't remember what they were then. Typical. Think they were the sleep bone arrows. Arrow whittled from animal bones. The tip is daubed with a water lily tincture. Afflicts target with sleep. Craftable item. Yep, that sounds miserable. I do quite enjoy, though, that there is such a tremendous variety of arrows in this game now. Even though really the only one I want is Poison Bone Arrow. But even then, I don't have nearly enough to, yeah. So I'm just going to hope that we find someone to just sell it to us. So, okay. So Flask of Wondrous Physic, we got. Waypoint Ruins, we got. The Preceptor Secret, this is one we just purchased. Preceptor Saluvis is hiding a dirty secret in a cellar among the ruins not far from the Sisters 3. The vile Graven Witch seems to be a frequent visitor to that place. Okay, that is, yeah. I don't know why I purchased these notes when they always just have riddles in them. Land squirts are soft where they touch the ground, and poison will cause them to rupture. Okay, that one we definitely got previously, but I still don't know what that means. The heads of the Stone Digger trolls bear old wounds. Still, gosh darn it. Still don't know what that means. Revenants. The crawling royal revenants and their followers are all cursed. Healing powers will harm rather than mend. Okay, that's interesting. So the friends on the horses, and the friends who shoot out the wraiths. So if you were to use a healing spell on them, it would hurt them. Very interesting. So that friend who gave us all of that trouble, if we had tried to heal them, in theory that might have, yeah, obliterated them. So That's kind of cool. I enjoy that. Flame chariots. Again, another one that we purchased a long time ago. Beware of the fire monk's chariots bearing the faces of giants. Well-aimed blow to the chimney on top may prove... Oh, this is those fire tanks. Fire monk's chariots. Well-aimed blow to the chimney on top may prove effective, but opportunities for a plunging attack will be rare indeed. Okay, that's interesting. That's actually an old note, but I understand what it means now. So I guess we'll have to revisit these every now and then. Frenzied Flame Village. Okay, I know exactly where this is. Or do I? South of the Grand Lift of Dectus lies the Frenzied Flame Village, inhabited by the sick. Stay well away. Okay, so I didn't know about that, actually. Because I think... if this is the Grand Dectus Lift, then the village would have to be here. And of course, yeah, a note saying stay well away. Yeah, I'm going to stay away. I'm not going to go anywhere near there. I certainly don't want anything from this Erd tree. No way. Yes, we need to upgrade our flask now. Okay, beautiful. And, I think I might... do I want to reallocate that? No, I'll just leave it for now, but I might revisit that later. We'll see. Okay, was there anything else? Gosh darn it. I really should have done all this right after we finished speaking to the merchant friend. But yeah, I do think that was it. Everything else we read while we were there, so yeah. Okie dokie. So this area, obviously, we started going through in the previous episode. I eventually ran out of flasks and just sort of started trying to... we went that way and picked up items. Yeah, we ran out of flasks, and so I just sort of continued on and tried my best. There's an item there that we did not get previously, but... can we even... we might be able to jump up there from the side. So I did eventually, after I stopped recording, I went back and we also, I don't think, went in this direction, did we? I did go back and pick up our runes, so we did not leave our runes there. And in the process, of course, oh no, pot friends, just leave me alone. Gosh darn it. I don't know why the pot friends are not my friends. Stop it. I feel bad, they're so cute. Like, how do you... oh, it's terrible, I know. Okay, so maybe I did come up here because it doesn't look like there's anything here, which suggests that there was an item that we picked up previously. Yeah, probably from there. So yeah, so some parts of this area, obviously, we've already done, but I wasn't fully paying attention just because I was just trying to wrap up as quickly as I could. No, leave me alone. And, you know, when you just get a feeling there's a sight of grace right around the corner, and so then you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing when you should have ended the episode 10 or 15 minutes prior to that. But, you know, no regrets, as I've mentioned previously. Oh no, it's this scythe lady, scythe tank thing. As I've mentioned previously, you know, these are the types of things that you do when you don't have kids. You just... 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. Oh, okay, that's bad. Okay then, so it's Sen's Fortress. I should have read that message. Thank you, friend. So... oh, just leave me alone. So there's a portal there. So the boulders are going to come out of the portal. Obviously can't summon Torrent here. So you have to be very, very quick. No, of course it's just a crystal dart. I do not think we have enough time to run up there. So we may need to deactivate that later. A la Sen's Fortress and come back to this. Gosh, I really want to see what that item is. It's going to be something terrible. I guarantee you it's going to be something dreadful that I don't need. Or it's just going to be a upgrade material or something. Oh, it looks like it's a white. I think the item shinies that are blue are like significant items. I don't know what the exact distinction is, but... And the ones that are white are not good. Oh, okay, that's... Oh, okay. Okay, so it doesn't cover the whole width of the stairs. And, in fact, unless it's just random and this is not in a particular area, it looks like it follows the same path. Indeed. Oh no, okay, the safety is here. Thank you. How could you possibly get through this game playing offline, honestly? It is a ridiculous notion. Like, I suppose you could figure that out just given enough time, but these are the types of things that, okay, again. Be wary of up. But the message is facing in this direction. So there's something happening here. So people are seemingly entering this area from different locations, which I find fascinating. I'd love to know how that's actually supposed to work, though. Is this a shortcut exit? It is. There's some scary noises emanating from that room. Here we have a wormhole. No turn back ahead. Okay, interesting. Trap. Okay, once more, I'm intrigued and scared at once. What is this noise? Okay, it sounds frightening, whatever it is. Like, there's a beast or something in here that's gonna... Oh. Moongrum? Carian Knight. I see all the bloodstains here. So, I'm gonna assume this friend is strong. Gosh darn it, I really should have crafted those. Oh, I guess I can still craft them. Hold on, Mr. Carian Knight. Just give me a second here. He's gonna craft some poison bone arrows right in front of you. Why the heck not? Oh, wait. Oh, no. What did I do? Please tell me I didn't just make bolts. Oh, I made fletched. Oh, gosh darn it. That complicates matters. That was terrible. Yeah, that was definitely one of those situations where you get cute and the game just, you know, what are you doing, Aegon? Like, you could totally take this guy on. We're going to punish you for it, for not even, like, just, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough, game. I definitely deserve that. Should have just taken him on straight up. But no, I had to poison him. Had to poison him. Wow, that hurts. Should have just done that from the start. Carian Knight's Shield. A teardrop-shaped, medium-sized shield embedded with blue glintstones, carried by knights who served the Carian royal family. Excels when facing magic or holy attacks. Just who were these knights preparing to fight? No skill. Just who were these knights preparing to fight? Excels when facing, so... In other words, they were preparing to fight their own, I suppose? Thank you, friend. Ouch. Good one. Sorry, friends. Golden Rune level 4, very nice. All for jumping. Oh, the shortcut. Okay, I get it. Wait. Can't get up there again, can we? Whoops. I suppose we could just walk through here. So I have to make sure we didn't miss anything. So that was the portal. Elevator there. So does that lead to the boss or a boss? Whatever that frightening noise is, I'm going to assume that's the boss. Okay, we have already dealt with all of the friends down there. And I think we've dealt with the friends through this door. Yeah, we have. But we've obviously only just now actually unlocked the shortcut. That friend there looks like Bok, the one on the stairs. What the heck? You a demi-human friend? Certainly wearing the same style of clothing. Sorry. It's okay, friends. You can just dig for rocks or whatever you're doing. So I want to say we did go in that direction. So we still have to descend, I think. I really am intrigued by the various different paths you can take through these areas, but I don't know that I have the capacity or the skill to really take advantage of something like that. Or maybe that's just something that you do on your second playthrough. Okay, let's go up the ladder before we proceed up that elevator. And then we might go back to the Site of Grace to replenish our flask before proceeding, because... Oh, okay, it's just a... one of these guys. What the heck was he called? The, Pumpkinhead? Oh, crap. Not a very good job at being stealth there. Regrets. Yeah. Oh, what the... How I didn't hit him there. Okay, I'll take it. The the Ultra Greatsword really is just easy mode in some respects. The way that it has this like 360 degree... It's not quite 360 degrees. It's like maybe like 270 or 300 degrees. The radius of the swing, I guess. I'm not sure if radius is the correct term. I'm not a mathematician, so I apologize. I was terrible at math in school. Glintstone Scarab. Blue-green scarab worn directly on the head. These scarabs roll clumps of sorcery during their labors. Slightly reduces the FP cost of sorceries, but increases damage taken. Looks like there's an item down there. Or have we already got that? We might have already got that, actually. Oh, so this is where the boulders were being warped in from. So I wonder if it's those friends who were responsible for that. Quite the academy, this place. Seems to be a lot more murder than you would imagine in a, you know, average university. But I suppose I'm the one doing the murdering, so I can't really begrudge the academy for that. Okay, we have not picked up this item. Golden Rune level 7, wow. That's got to be the biggest one we've got yet. Or is it? No, 2,500 runes. So no, we've definitely had larger than that, so ignore me. Oh my goodness. I'm not afraid of heights, but looking down just now, I just felt a weird feeling in the pit of my stomach where I'm like, ooh, that's bad. Okay, so we might as well, it does say trap ahead. One of the messages says trap ahead, trap. Gosh, well, we might as well give it a shot. Worst case scenario, we can save quit and maybe warp back or something. Let's see. Okay. Is this somewhere completely new? I thought I saw the guidance of Grace there. Thank you, Grace. Thank you. Let's have a rest. Church of Vows. Strong foe ahead, therefore be wary of night. Okay, interesting. So I suppose that would have been a trap. Turtle friend? But you're like a bishop? What the heck? What the... Didn't expect holy.
You're tarnished, aren't you? I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows?
Hi, Muriel, friend. Nice to meet you, and don't worry about the state of this place. It actually looks like it's in relatively decent shape compared to some of the places I've seen in this world. But no, I don't know how it came to be.
Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erd Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Rennala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erd Tree of the capital and the Academy of Raya Lucaria.
Okay, interesting. So it's like a Song of Ice and Fire situation. So for those of you who are not aware, again, apologies, but spoilers for the series Game of Thrones and potentially for A Song of Ice and Fire, the book series. But the whole idea of the Song of Ice and Fire is that the Targaryens are fire, the Starks are the ice, and so the union of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen produced Jon Snow, who is he's ice and fire personified, essentially. And so he's the one who ends up, in theory, leading the humans against the Night King and the dead who are rising from the north. So, I don't know if that's a similar thing that's happening here, but it does seem like George R.R. Martin, insofar as he did contribute to the story, is drawing on a lot of similar motifs and recurring things that he's done in other fictional stories that he's been involved in. But maybe they're doing that just to essentially, just to play with your expectations. Yeah, I don't know, but it's interesting, I think. Sorry, friend. I put him to sleep already. I'm sorry. I talk a lot. I know. I apologize.
Oh, was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
Wow, okay, so... Oh my goodness, there's so much to unpack. Yeah, wow. So I really hope that when we advance the time to night, this friend doesn't actually end up being a monster of some sort, because I don't know if I can bring myself to fighting them. That would break my heart. Okay, there was something else he said that I've already forgotten, but yeah, his legs don't work the way they used to. So it doesn't necessarily, because I was referring to that in recent episodes as something like Albinaurics disease. Oh, is this Albinaurics disease? It appears to be a more general phenomenon in the world that people are losing the ability to use their legs. They're having significant mobility challenges for some reason. So, yeah, that's definitely a thing. Okay, so they have sorceries. Magic Glint Blade creates an old sorcery of the Carian royal family. Creates a sigil overhead from which an enemy seeking Glint Blade appears after a brief delay. This sorcery can be used while in motion. Charging increases the delay. Said to be the prototype of the sword phalanx sorceries wielded by royal enchanted knights. Carian Greatsword. Think... We've already read this one. Armed with this spell, sorcerers gain the strength of knights, their loyalty sworn to the moon. Interesting. So, the Erd Tree and the moon. So, one of these families is associated with the Erd Tree, and another one is associated with the moon. The moon, if I recall correctly, at least in FromSoft's typical storytelling template, is associated with femininity. That's a word I can never say. I don't know why. With feminine things. But I think that's just drawing on a more general sort of cultural trope that's existed for, thousands of years, in line with women's menstrual cycles as being tied to the lunar cycles. Even though I don't know if that is actually an accurate thing or if that's just sort of it was mapped onto it. But incantations as well. So they have both the power of the moon and of the Erd Tree. So that makes sense. One of the ancient Erd Tree incantations grants a blessing to the caster and nearby allies, gradually restoring HP. Hold to continue praying and delay activation. Blessings once fell like tears from the Erd Tree, and this incantation is but a lingering remnant of their power. So we can show our Celestial Dew. Oh, so that is... We don't actually need to use that, because obviously no NPCs are aggroed against this, but we can just show it anyway. Let's see.
Do you possess any Celestial Dew? Then I would like to share my knowledge with you. Concerning the miracle of this Church of Vows, Radagon once cleansed himself with Celestial Dew, repented his territorial aggressions, and swore his love to Rennala. The order of the Erd Tree and the fate of the moon were conjoined, and all the wounds of war forgiven. This miracle blesses the Church to this day, and so you need only follow Radagon's example to restore any bond, however strained or severed, to its rightful state of harmony.
Okay, so based on what he just said, maybe it's not so much that with the marriage thing there, he's George R. Martin is recreating another sort of Song of Ice and Fire prophecy type thing. But maybe they're recreating, not recreating, but drawing on the idea, which obviously is much older than George R. R. Martin, hundreds and thousands, if not thousands of years old. The idea of marriages as being a political tool, something that you use to create peace or to, end wars and things like that, to bring houses together, to generate gains for one family, for economic reasons, a million reasons why families historically have betrothed one child or a son or daughter to another son or daughter. So yeah, maybe it's just a more general thing that they're drawing on, and it's not necessarily specifically a repeat or a reference to the idea of this prophetic marriage leading to a prince that was promised, as it's called in Song of Ice and Fire. Okay. So we had the opportunity to talk about Radagon, but that's gone. So I assume he would have just told us the same thing. So yeah, let's chat about the miracle.
To experience the miracle, kneel in the basin at the back and cleanse yourself with Celestial Dew. Absolution will be yours. Any bond, no matter how strained or even severed, will be put to rights.
Okay, well, yeah, we don't have any need to do that, so that's okay, but thank you.
My faith does not waver. The miracle rooted in these grounds will once again mend the world. And this time, its bounty will not be squandered. If you would be Elden Lord, tarnished, I hope that you too will share my faith.
Okay, so we can ask about Radagon again?
You wish to know more of Lord Radagon? Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Rennala in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carian queen. However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Rennala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Rennala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
Okay, that's really interesting, actually. Because we were wondering about that earlier. I was wondering about that earlier. Why that he was married to two people? Was it like a polygamy type situation? But it seems as though he left Rennala, went and married Queen Marika, and the whole idea of a king consort is obviously based in a patriarchal society where if someone is a king, then it goes without saying that they are the ruler. But the idea of a king consort is that it's the queen who's actually ruling, and the king is just essentially assumes the functions of the queen in a feudalistic patriarchal society. So yeah, that's kind of interesting, but yeah, weird at the same time. And I only say weird just because, like, in the context of the world, like, why did he do that? And obviously turtle friend Muriel doesn't even know, so what chance do we have of finding out?
You wish to know more of Lady Rennala? She is queen, head of the Carian royal family, and governor of the Academy of Raya Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radagon left her, and then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library.
Okay, so I guess she's the boss of the Academy of Raya Lucaria. I was thinking it was going to be Radagon, but yeah.
You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
That's interesting.
In the end, Lady Rennala was left alone, cradling the amber egg Lord Radagon bequeathed her. Now she devotes herself to it through forbidden rite, the grim art of reincarnation. You would do well to remember, severing a vow, strongest of bonds, has consequences ever more dire.
Indeed.
You know, it's said that Lord famed when he glimpsed...
Okay, friend, thank you. You've been very, very helpful. I appreciate your kind hospitality. You can go back to sleep now. Ah, sweet dreams, friend. Wow. Yeah, this is a lot. There's obviously a lot going on here. We don't need that, so we're going to leave that. This... Gosh, one of these days I'm not going to hit the chest and it's going to be a mimic. I just know it. Gold sewing needle. Ooh, we'll have to give that to our friend. Golden tailoring tools. Sewing needle made of gold. Unique item made to alter demigod attire. One of the tools brought by Radagon when he entered into marriage with Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon, and joined the Carian line. Why would he leave it here? I guess, yeah, he left it when he left her. Sad. Golden tailoring tools. Tailoring tools made from gold. Tools brought with the red-haired Radagon when he married into the Carian line. With these, even demigod attire can be altered at a site of grace. Okay, well, we'll have to go give that to... Oh gosh, I've already forgotten his name. What the heck is his name? Bok. It's Bok. Yes, Bok the Seamster. Thank goodness for them being on the map, because otherwise I would just forget everyone's names and drive you all up the wall. So the question is now, do we want to wait for night? It's already late day, so... Because I'm scared. I really don't want to fight Turtle Friend. I somehow don't think that's what will happen. I imagine it will be someone else. But the possibility frightens me. Oh, Turtle Friend, okay. I really wish I had a better sense of the length of the time of day. Sorry, the length of a day-night cycle, I should say. So it does say late day, but I don't know how long we would just have to stand here if we were going to wait for it, so we might as well wait. The other thing that scares me about this is that Turtle Friend is right there, so if we're going to fight someone here, how do I know Turtle Friend's not going to get hurt? Okay, unless it's not actually a thing. Yeah, I don't get it.
Greetings. Do you need anything?
Yeah, friend, I read some messages on the floor which said try night. Do you know anything about that? I guess not. Yeah, you go back to sleep. Okay, so I guess we'll head back to the debate parlor then. Not really sure what else to try here. So yeah, we might have to just come back later. Who knows? Okie dokie, so thankfully we opened up all those shortcuts, so we can just basically run right back and not have to worry about losing any of our flasks or anything. So I mentioned, I don't know, 10 episodes ago or something that I was in between contracts. I would have mentioned a couple of episodes ago that, you know, I had a 5-month contract that I was about to start, and that prior to that I was doing a part-time contract as well, writing a report, and I think I went into the wrong shortcut, darn it. We need to be up there. Oh, it was on the other side. Whoops. But, yeah, thankfully... Well, I say thankfully, I shouldn't be thankful yet. After, yeah, just a really long time getting no callbacks or anything, and no leads on additional opportunities, finally, ouch. Okay, so much for not wasting any flasks. Gosh darn it. Oh, this isn't even the right place, is it? It's not, of course it isn't. Silly me. this was not it, I don't think. No, it's not. So, yeah, essentially, this week, I was wrapping up the part-time contract, completing the report that I had written, or that I was writing, I should say, or at least an interim version of the report, because I didn't really finish out the contract. Once I got the 5-month full-time contract, I decided to just resign from the part-time one, because why wouldn't I? But yeah, I finished an interim version of the report that I was asked to write, and did that this Tuesday. I'm recording this on Friday, and I was like, oh, that's great. So I can spend 2 days doing nothing, because the new contract started today, technically, Friday. I thought, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I can spend Wednesday and I can spend Thursday doing nothing but recording Elden Ring. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. And then Monday evening, I got an email about one of the jobs I applied for. I had to complete an assessment. So I was like, okay, that's great, but, I have until Sunday. And then I got another email saying that for a job that I applied for. Gosh, darn it. Oh no, this is bad, friends. I got another email saying, hey, would you like to do an interview for a different job I applied for? So, yeah. Feast or famine, to be sure. And I'm definitely a little bit annoyed by that, but at the same time, it's better than not having anything. Okay, I am totally going the wrong way here. So I want to figure out exactly where we need to go. And then after I've done that, we're going to go back to the site of grace, we're going to rest, and then we're going to try this again. Gosh, I really don't know, though. I really messed this up, didn't I? But yeah, anyway, so this weekend I'm going to be... I made some time today for this recording because, I needed to do that to keep me sane, because the assessment that I had to do for... Oh my goodness, crab friend, leave me alone, please, please. The assessment I had to do for this job posting is ludicrous, the amount of work involved with it. And, on the one hand, I'm glad that it's given the opportunity to show that I can do these things, because then, please hire me. But on the other hand, it's like, wow, the amount of time I had to spend completing this assessment, and I'm confident that I will get an interview because of it, but at the same time, it's just the amount of time you're spending doing this thing, you don't know if it will amount to anything. So anyways, that's my problem, of course, but I'm certainly grateful to have an interview. I'm grateful to potentially have a second interview with that other position as well. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully things are looking up. I didn't get to record a bunch of Elden Ring episodes this week, which, would have been nice, but obviously certain things take priority in life, and one of them is being able to ensure that you can support your family. So yeah, that's going to be my priority going forward. So I hope you all forgive me if this episode, or if this series, takes eons to get out because of that, which it's starting to look like it might, so my apologies. All right, let's try this again. I feel like I thought the shortcut that I unlocked was a different place than it actually was. So I think what I'll try to do here is just take the boulder route, because, I know where I'm going, at least. And in theory, I can do it without dying. Hello, boulders. Oh. Unless it's safe now? Okay, that's weird. Maybe because we killed that NPC friend? Okay, let me see exactly where this shortcut leads. Where? The shortcut was there. Sorry, friends. I know, but I really can't trust you. I apologize. So did I really not unlock this shortcut? I thought I did. Because I think I looked over to the other side there. Oh my gosh, this whole time it was right here? And one friend does not understand how iframes work. Oh, we didn't. We should have given Bach his needles. Okay, I think I understand now. It really is not that difficult of a shortcut. But I think by virtue of, yeah, this friend here shooting magic at me, I really got turned around for some reason. So, okay, I understand how it works now. Time to go up the elevator. I'm scared. Mostly because of the scary noise. Yeah, monstrosity indeed, I can tell. Okay, hopefully we have an opportunity to summon Jellyfish Friend. Jellyfish Friend, I need you. I think only one or two bosses up to this point we've had a cutscene for. Oh my god. Oh, hello. Honestly, I think these friends would be scared of Regret. I don't think Regret would be the one who is scared. Okay, so all of the students have lost the ability to walk.
Little Calva.
Hello, Rennala.
Soon birth thee anew, a sweeting, fresh and pure.
Okie dokie, nice to meet ya. Oh my goodness, okay. I have no idea what to do here. It's frightening though. Oh my goodness, that's almost all of my HP. Okay, I'm gonna assume we have to take out all the ads first. Jellyfish Friend, just do what you can to survive. Oh no. Okay, friends. When they say you literally throw the book at someone, I don't think this is what they meant. I think it's a judicial term. It's not supposed to be... Oh my goodness. It's not actually supposed to be a thing. Okay, so you have to take the ones out who are glowing golden. Oh, I should have seen that coming. Got greedy.
Come, sweetings. Time to be born anew.
Okay. Oh no, this is bad, isn't it? Come here, gold friend. Who's next? Oh, that's bad. Okay, typically I don't enjoy puzzle boss fights. This is an interesting one though, I will say. At least on the first attempt it is. There's gold friend. The singing is frightening though. I find it quite unsettling, which I suppose is probably the point. I think we need one more hit on... Oh, no. Second phase. I like your hat, friend. Oh, no.
My beloved,
No.
have no fear. I will hold thee.
No second phase, please. Regret, please.
He will become
Be quick.
born
Oh.
forever and ever.
Oh, Regret, why are you just standing there looking? This is bad. Oh. It's the Dancer of the Boreal Valley.
Upon my name as Rani the Witch. Mother's rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser. Send word far and wide. Of the last queen of Caria, Rennala of the full moon. And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
So was she communicating to us telepathically, or was that the mother narrating? Wow, that's... Oh, no, this is bad. Oh, wow, she murdered Jellyfish Friend immediately. Oh, my goodness. No idea where she is. There she is. Oh. Oh no, that's bad. Oh, that was the
Under my moon.
Kamehameha. Okay, so now we know that we just need to get through the first phase without much incident. Because really the second phase is where the true difficulties are going to lie. So, we might be better off just summoning Jellyfish Friend for the second phase. Oh, come on. Gosh darn it. What a terrible shortcut. And that's why you send the elevator back down. Unless you're absolutely certain of your ability to defeat something on the first try. Which I'm not, certainly in this case, but I suppose in this case it would be my second try. Okay, where's the golden child? How are you supposed to avoid the environmental hazards, though? That's, I suppose, my biggest concern. I assume we're not going to be able to pick up those chests until the boss fight is over. Oh my gosh, the singing. Oh my gosh, I missed my chance. Oh no, that's terrible, Aegon. Gosh darn it. I missed my chance.
Come, sweetings. Time to be born anew.
Okay, this is bad. I think Jellyfish Friend did much more to help me during that first phase than I gave her credit for. I'm sorry, Aurelia. Oh gosh, darn it. It might be time to start putting some more levels into Vitality, or Vigor, whatever it is. Oh gosh, no. It's Vigor. Okay, there she is. No. I should have. Gosh darn it.
Come, sweetings. Time to be born anew.
I'm not doing any better than I did in the previous boss fight, even though I know exactly what's happening. One more. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, not gonna watch the cutscene again. Obviously, already seen it. Uh-oh. No! Gosh darn it. I ain't spending way too much time buffing and stuff here. Dreadful. Oh, I missed. No, no, that was terrible. Ah. Okay, I think we need some more magic defense here, so I'm gonna switch up our outfit a bit. Oh, regret. Yeah, I certainly don't regret this. So if you die during the second phase, your runes just get placed right in the middle of the boss room. Okay, now run. Run, run, run. Okay, so yeah, you definitely need to not be greedy there.
Greetings. Time to be born anew. Little Culver.
What the heck?
Time to be born anew.
Okay, where's the gold one? There you are. Hello. I think it's 3 that leads to... Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess the environment is destructible. I should have known. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was only 2 that time, so I'm not really sure I understand what causes it at all. I said I wasn't going to watch it again. However, I'm still not clear on what the heck happens here.
My beloved.
Does she absorb the power,
I will hold
the vitality of whatever this thing is? The amber egg.
Ye will be countless born, forever and ever.
Upon my name as Ranni the Witch. Mother's rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser. Send word
So it is her daughter.
and wide.
Yeah, confusing. I know I should probably get it, but I don't. So, my apologies. Pretty cool, though.
The last queen of Caria. Rennala of the full moon.
The question is, can we get our buffs in time?
And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
Because we need the defensive buff, and then we also need to summon Jellyfish Friend. That hurts. Oh no, it's taking too long. It took too long. gosh darn it. Leave Aurelia alone. What the heck? Okay, it's the moon. Because of course, that's her house, I guess.
Come, Oathsworn Dragon.
Oh no. Are you joking? Okay, fair enough, I guess. You know, I have my own summon here, so it really is only fair that she gets her own summon, but gosh darn it, I don't like it all the same. Okay, should I ignore the dragon? No, I can't take... Oh, jellyfish friend, I'm sorry.
Oh, little Rani, my dear daughter, weave thy night into being.
Whew. Remembrance of the Full Moon Queen. Okay.
Where did ye flee, my sweetings? Come out from whence ye hide. There are books and light aplenty, dither not. Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew?
Right. Okay. I'm sorry, friend. I can't imagine it's easy to lose a child or whatever this is. Okay, we did it. Yeah, I suppose all it really took. So, off camera, because, you know, I went and I looked to see if I had anything that could help with magic damage negation. And of course, I have this one item, but I don't currently know how to craft additional versions of this. So then I went to the Roundtable Hold and checked with the incantation friend and saw that indeed he has this one, Magic Fortification, which I suppose made the difference, even though, you know, I felt like that it was a very rough boss fight, that I was just trying to do way too much in the beginning of the second phase, but in the end, thanks in no small part to Aurelia, shout out Jellyfish Friend, we did it. I got really scared when I saw the dragon. I was really concerned. Okay, before we chat with her, let's have a rest. Raya Lucaria Grand Library.
Where did ye flee, my sweetings? Come out from whence ye hide. There are books and light aplenty, dither not. Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew?
Right. That's a good question. We have a couple of items to read. So, first, Remembrance of the Full Moon Queen. Remembrance of Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon, hewn into the Erd Tree. Was this one also? That one was also hewn into the Erd Tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the Finger Reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. In her youth, Rennala was a prominent champion who charmed the Academy with her lunar magic, becoming its master. She also led the Glintstone Knights, and established the House of Caria as royalty. Amber Egg, clutched by Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon, great rune of unborn demigods. Perfects perfects those who have been born anew. Children born anew by Rennala are all frail and short-lived, imperfect beings, each and all. So, putting everything together here, I think it's starting to become clear what happened, or at least there are some clues as to what might have happened here. That Lord Radagon, as the husband, so when he was the husband to Rennala, he studied sorcery, and then as husband of Queen Marika, he studied incantations. Thus did the hero aspire to be complete. Oh gosh, yeah, it was Turtle Friend who gave us additional information about her. Sorry, this is actually more than 24 hours after I first started recording this episode. After dying to the boss a few times, I decided that I would take a break, and just ran out of time yesterday, so it's now actually October the 1st at around 8 p.m. So I hope you're all having a fantastic day as well. Or still, I should say. So, I'm wondering, in other words, whether maybe she was having fertility issues. That she was giving birth to children that were either stillborn or had birth defects, and that may have been the reason why, although I suspect there would likely be many reasons why Lord Radagon, or Radagon, however you're supposed to pronounce it, left and went and married Queen Marika. So, I'm not sure, but obviously it's dark and kind of depressing, but I suppose we can just speak with her and ask.
Thou, is it thy wish to be born anew? To become a sweeting, reborn of my beloved egg?
Oh, my goodness, thank you. Okay, I thought... Oh, gosh darn it. I thought... I can't take regrets seriously. I thought that the name sounded familiar. We have one of the items, so that might actually give us a clue. Hold on.
Not alarmed, nor afeared. I would birth thee as a sweeting, fair and fine.
No, not a fear. I'm just doing a playthrough for YouTube, so I have to read an item description here, friend. I apologize. I think, it was this thing. Core of a creature of mimicry known as a silver tear. As much a substance as it is a living organism. Material required by the amber egg, cradled by Rennala, queen of the full moon, to birth people anew. Being born anew allows the reallocation of attributes boosted by leveling up. Okay, so we have some decisions to make here. I say some decisions, really only one, which is how much dexterity do we want? And so I guess it's two. How much dexterity do we want? Because we currently have 21, which I think is too high. And then where do we want to reallocate those levels? So I'm going to write this down on my little notepad to my left here. So level 14 is for the longbow. But then was there... This is 12 dex. This is 14 dex. So same as the bow. This is 12 dex. We're probably not going to use that again anyway, but still. Just want to make sure that's 13 dex. Okay, so really nothing... Don't need our dex any higher than 14, so that's 7 levels, which is tremendous. Except I should make sure I also write down intelligence and faith. So int and faith need to be at least 13 for our buffs. And then the rest, we can just sort of do as we please. So that is very exciting. I was wondering when we would meet this person. And yeah, I just didn't connect the names.
Art thou now assured of thy want to be born anew?
Indeed, friend. Thank you. So cosmetics. So we can apply cosmetics here as well, but of course we can also do that at the Roundtable Hold. And like, really can't improve perfection. And that's what regret is at the moment. So yeah, we'll just go with the rebirth, please.
Now, bear this sweeting into life anew.
Wow, it's like the game knew exactly what I wanted. That is tremendous. Oh, okay, I didn't actually need to write it down because it's all here. So we want dexterity to be level 14. And then int and faith, we need 13. Vigor will start at 20. Endurance, leave it at 33. Strength. Six more levels. Gosh, I really should start leveling up Vigor. Because I think at a certain point I'm just going to be getting one-shotted by everything. So, yeah, that's 5 levels that we've added to Endurance and Strength, and then we can put 2 levels into Vigor. And yeah, that's tremendous. So our build is going to be much more efficient now in terms of our stat allocation. So that's really, yeah, the best possible outcome of this boss fight. Balled up. So, in other words, our regret has just learned how to be in the fetal position, which suggests that, it wasn't, we saw it happen in a flash, but presumably we were actually put into one of those handbrakes and birthed. So, yeah, thanks, friend. I appreciate it. I am sorry for murdering you and or your daughter. Still don't fully understand what happened in that boss fight, but thank you. So we might as well have a look at what this... Oh, it's... Oh. Okay, it's perfect for capturing footage. Well, I suppose it could be a bit flatter, but yeah, that's totally a fetal position. Yeah, the symbol in the middle left, not that I would hurt her now that she's passive, but that means we can't swing our weapon at all. I'm hitting R1 right now, but of course nothing happens. Okay, we can finally open this chest here. Oh, again. I was trying to hit it just to make sure it wasn't a mimic, so... Oh, it's locked. Okay, that's intriguing. So, I was thinking, there is still that whole other part of the area where the previous episode ended. We went to the lower part of the area and I died while searching for a site of grace. Does not work. I died while searching for a site of grace. So, I'm going to assume that we need to go back there. Like, obviously, I was going to continue exploring that spot anyway. But my assumption is that there will be a key somewhere there. It's my working hypothesis anyway. So, the other thing you might not have seen, because I'm pretty sure I'm just going to cut straight to the boss fight after the first couple of deaths. But, yeah, the shortcut isn't really a shortcut. Like, I just went up the stairs where the boulder comes after you, the boulder trap stairs, and everything was fine. No like issues whatsoever. No one shooting magic at us or anything. So yeah, in the end, that ended up being all good. So this It's supposed to be Queen Marika? No. Oh, no, it's Radagon. Oh, that's sad. And he's sort of being consumed by the tree. Certainly it's sad for her because, you know, he left her and she's in this classroom and there's this massive statue venerating him. Oh! This is the statue. It said something to the effect of, oh gosh, what item was it? I don't remember what item it was. Again, it was yesterday. I suppose, you know, even if it wasn't yesterday, I was still liable to forget. But I want to say that we read an item, or it was the turtle friend, who said that they commissioned a statue for him, and that the statue provides a hint of what happened to him, like what his fate was. And if I'm remembering that correctly, then that means essentially that he was consumed by the Erd Tree. Or potentially that he was crucified, yeah. Not sure. It's really quite something. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's much else here. I'm glad to be able to actually look around now without fear of being absolutely obliterated by her magic. Oh yeah, we should wear more appropriate clothing for regret. And by more appropriate, I mean he needs to look glam. Although, if really we're looking glam, we should be wearing this armor, but it has so much less poise. It really is no better than the knight armor. And only slightly, only 0.2 units of weight lighter. So yeah, I don't think that's very good. But of course I have no meaningful sense of how useful poise even is in this game, or what the breakpoints are, or anything like that. So obviously I'm kind of groping around in the dark here, but you know, it's not a fully optimized setup one way or the other, but certainly I think having poise is useful. Okie dokie. So, in terms of damage now, 470. Okay, so that's pretty good. I think the best thing we've done in this playthrough is switch to the Ultra Greatsword. Okay, where to now? I did want to go chat with Bok because we have his... We have the golden seamster set, whatever it was called. So let's go check in with Bok. Gotta love that poppin'. Hi, Bok friend.
Bok the seamster, at your service, master. Ready to make adjustments to your garments.
Oh, okay, interesting. So, So the only thing he can do is just make it lighter, but like it reduces the attributes as well. I don't understand the point of this. Yeah, and this doesn't tell us much. Unless this is just totally broken and like I don't know. My assumption is that I just don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh, going so soon? Please do be safe on your journeys.
So the gold needle did allow us to edit that thing that we've not been able to edit up to this point, which was the Carian Knight set. But yeah, other than that, there's not a lot. Oh my gosh, we have 49,000 runes. Okay, before we go anywhere else, let us use some of those to level up. I suppose, wow, yeah, at this point in the game, that's only one level. I think maybe we'll get the Vigor to 25, and then from there we'll level Vigor, Endurance, and Strength in lockstep until Vigor gets to 30 and Endurance and Strength are 40. I think that's probably a good approach. Okie dokie, so where to now then? There was another, I wanted to go check in with... what's his face? Not the nomadic merchant, Sorcerer Thops, but I don't really think we have anything for him. So, I don't know if there's any point to that. I've not checked in with Gatekeeper Gostock for a while. I wonder if he's still stomping on Godric's face. Okay, back to the debate parlor, I think. Or, yeah, let's go to the Roundtable Hold.
Well, I see you found another great rune. Wonderful. You are a worthy fellow tarnished indeed. Make the journey to the capital, Leyndell, that lies to the east of the Altus Plateau, at the foot of the Erd Tree. The Two Fingers will deny your passage no longer. You may be our best hope. Find your way to the Elden Ring, for we are tarnished, and we must answer the call of grace.
Okay, so if I understand what he's saying correctly, that means that had we gone to that spot previously up to this point, they would not have granted us passage. So it's sort of like a Lord Soul type thing. In Dark Souls 2, there was the Shrine of Winter that would not open until you had the Lord Souls or your soul memory. It was at a certain point, depending on the new game cycle. So, yeah, there are Two Fingers there, apparently, who would deny us passage. So, yeah.
Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in it. She knows.
Let's ask about Radahn again.
General Radahn, the famed Red Lion, and he fought...
Oh, no. Never mind. That's not who I thought it was. I was thinking that was Radagon. Wow, a lot of similar names. Let's ask about Rennala, just to refresh my memory.
The Academy of Raya Lucaria lies to Limgrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia. Rennala is queen of the Carian royals, who govern the Academy, and her great rune dwells within the egg she so dearly clutches.
Okay, so yeah, the item description for that was actually quite literal. Oh, I did not know she was down here. Hi, friend.
Ah, you. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think. Ah, you. Please.
Okay, I get it, I'm sorry. Okay, I guess, yeah, we might as well use this. It does say, don't you dare, but I don't know what that could possibly mean. But we have so many of these now. Wonder if that means this is a complete waste of one of those keys, but I suppose we'll see. Assassin's Prayer Book. Prayer Book of the Roundtable Hold's Assassins can be given to a learned cleric to gain access to the following incantations: Assassin's Approach and Darkness. Okay, that's interesting.
Hello there. What can I do for you?
Okay, we can ask him about Rogier. Oh, he's D. Of course he's D. Wow, silly me. Okay, I was just thinking about him as Lautrec, essentially.
Are you acquainted with a man named Rogier? You know, the piteous fellow hiding away on the balcony. He was a formidable spellblade in times past. Don't let his easy air deceive you. He was wise beyond his years, stout of heart, and clear of mind. No more, though. You see him now, ravaged by thorns, muttering and rambling, like he's half dead already. I can't stomach to watch. Take well the lesson, friend. That's how you end up when seduced by those who live in death. When grace is sullied, it rots people from the inside. Breaks them.
Okay. He would be fun at parties, I think. Yeah, he's definitely rotting, though, to be fair.
Always good to see you safe. So, what do you need?
Yeah, I was hoping we would have some more dialogue options, but nope. I really hope we're not gonna hurt this friend by giving him that book, but...
Ah, you appear to be doing well. Very good. Well then, would you like to learn an incantation?
The incantation he taught us saved us in that boss fight, so... Yeah, sorry, friend. Really sorry.
That is a work of heresy. Its incantations bear no lineage from the Erd Tree. Very well. I'll take it off your hands.
Yeah, we're totally sending him to the dark side. Although, oh gosh, darn it, Aegon, once again. It was darkness. What was the other one? Okay, yeah, it was these two. Thankfully, it's pretty simple. Incantation of the Two Fingers servants, who once served as the assassins of the Roundtable Hold, creates a veil of darkness that conceals the caster. This incantation can be cast while in motion or crouching. The assassins were once tarnished who had strayed from guidance. They pursued their duty in the darkness that is without grace. Incantation of the Two Fingers servants, who once served as the assassins of the Roundtable Hold, completely silences the footsteps of the caster. Additionally, reduces fall damage and the sound produced by falling. This sorcery can be cast while in motion or crouching. The assassins were charged with eliminating tarnished who had strayed from guidance. Okie dokie, well, we're definitely... Oh, what's the requirement? Oh, 18 faith. Wow, that sucks. We're definitely buying this one, though.
There's something I should mention to you as well. I'm thinking of leaving the Roundtable Hold. Do you know of the noble Gold Mask? Though he was but a tarnished, living outside the lands between, he was a great scholar who foresaw the coming guidance of grace. And now, I hear he has come to the lands between alone to contemplate the Golden Order. I wish nothing more than to seek his instruction, and perhaps even help him in his research.
Oh, well, don't do that, friend. Aren't you shackled here, or no? Doesn't look like your shackles are affixed to anything, so... Okay, well, take care. Yeah, I don't know Gold Mask other than hearing about him in the intro cinematics, so... yeah, I can't really help you there, but I'm sure I'll see you out there somewhere.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
And you. Okay, we still have 18,000 runes. I don't know what the heck to spend it on, though. I'm so scared of going out and then losing it. So, Isolated merchant is definitely isolated, too far isolated for us. There was a merchant here. I don't remember what they had, but let's go see. Hello.
You again. I don't want any trouble.
As I've mentioned before, friend, you won't get any trouble from me. It's all good. Okay, so, yeah, really nothing tremendously useful. Although, I did say I wanted all of these. Yeah, okay. We'll get those. Do I want to buy all arrows? Yeah, let's get a few anyway. Okie dokie, thanks, friend.
All done? Well, be on your way then.
I will. Okay, back to the debate parlor. I suppose what we could have done, or perhaps should have done, was gone to the Divine Tower that is associated with Rennala's rune, Rennala's great rune, but I actually don't know where it is. I think I suspected anyway, that it was here. Oh, it's here for sure. But yeah, then we'd have to follow Liurnia Highway North. I don't think we have the time to do that in this episode. I have about 15 minutes of recording time remaining. I have no earthly idea how long this episode is at this point in time. Because, as usual, there's going to be a lot of stuff cut out from this episode. And so, yeah, this might be a long one. I've been trying to keep them under 3 hours and over 2 hours. And I think I've been largely consistent with that, perhaps save for... Oh, friend. Sorry. I think there was that one episode that was like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that, but other than that, I've been more or less consistent. 2.5 hours, 2 hours 40 minutes, 2 hours 20 minutes, so, you know, I've been trying to keep them to a relatively consistent length, in part because, you know, at a certain point I'm going to have to start releasing these episodes, and I will most likely be releasing them on a schedule, which means that, you know, I want people to enjoy the episodes as quickly as they want to be able to enjoy them, but at the same time I don't want to overwhelm everyone with the number of episodes that I'm releasing, and just, because, you know, if I release it all at once, some people will see it in their subscription feed and then maybe just forget and just not bother. So yeah, I want to release it weekly, but it will all really depend on whether finish the game before the baby's born or not. I don't, at this rate, I don't think I'm going to. And that means essentially that, so I'm reasoning, yeah, we've already got this item, I think, yeah. So yeah, not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet, because of course my original plan was to ensure that I could finish the game in its entirety, finish the playthrough, so then that way I could, oh, so there's a belfry, I think. We did come here. Gosh, yeah, I really have a dreadful, dreadful memory. So I want to say we've already cleared this spot, but I'm not entirely sure that we have. I remember being very scared because we had essentially no flasks left at this point. Oh, that one just sort of jumped off. It's a wonderful breakdancing there, friend. I'm sorry that didn't quite work out for you. So yeah, we might just be doing a bit of backtracking. Just to ensure we're not missing anything in the area. Did I miss one of them? Did they just not activate? I think they might have just jumped off. or something. Oh, I can already see an item there that we did not get, so... Could this be a I don't believe it? Suppose it could. So that's an item we did get. Okay. I'm already kind of lost. So yeah, so essentially my current plan is, you know, as I've mentioned many times in this playthrough already, I wanted to finish the playthrough and then release it all. But yeah, there's going to be a schedule to it. And so all of this to say that I don't want it to be uneven. You know, 1 week I don't want it to be an hour and then have it be 4 hours the next week. Like, I'd like there to be some regularity to it and some consistency to it. But at the same time, you know, there is that one episode that's only an hour and 20 minutes. So, like, it is what it is. I'm not going to lose a ton of sleep over it because ultimately, you know, recording time and episode length are often two different things based on what's happening in a particular episode. And I know many of you will probably say, that's fine, like, you know, you should just leave everything in, but I don't know, I don't. I know for many of you that would be fine, and in fact, you know, some of you might even prefer that, but I know there are a lot of people who would, you know, would rather just have a nicely edited playthrough. And part of the reason why I do that is that it's something that if I were watching someone else's playthrough, that's what I would want. I wouldn't want to sit through loading screens and stuff like that. So that's why I make the extra effort, even though I'm doing a lot less editing than I used to, which even that was hard to sort of force myself to do. Gosh, there's that one item on that rooftop over there. I have no idea how we're supposed to get over to it, but yeah, I'm definitely doing much less editing now than I used to, which, Golden Rune level 4, very nice. But yeah, I think with OBS and the way I have my recording set up arranged, it's not resulted in a significant decrease in quality, and hope you all agree with me in that assessment. So yeah, that's why you hear me so often just going back and forth about episode length and, you know, whether it's an appropriate climax for the episode or not. It's just, you know, it's a thing that I do for better and worse. But having said that, yeah, I think this episode, just because there was a lot of, I spent a lot of time trying to find that third turtle at the Sorcerer's Isle. Is that what it's called? Where the turtle friend puzzle was. I spent a lot of time looking for that third turtle. Really struggled with that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the Anorlando spot. Oh, I know where we are. Okay, so in the previous episode, the episode ended essentially with us on the lower level of that cathedral. We reached the bottom, and yeah, I had like 4 HP, and I walked right into that friend, and they just took me out. They got the better of me. Ooh. Well done there. Okay, we've got that item. So we're almost where we ended up in the previous episode before dying. As I mentioned off camera, I did run back and grab my runes. But, oh, that was close. Again, every now and then I have these moments in this game where my stomach just goes, like, what are you doing? You're too close to the edge. And I'm like, body, friend, it's not real. Of course, that's an indication that they have done I suppose it could indicate a number of things. One of which is that I'm a coward. or afraid of heights. I don't think I'm afraid of heights, so it probably indicates that I'm a coward, and or that FromSoft has done a tremendous job of building a world that you can really sort of immerse yourself in until the frame rate dies. Time for crab. Try it. What? Oh, okay. We've already got the crab. Okay. We got that in the previous episode. That was the double face friend. Still no checkpoint. That's exactly how I felt in the previous episode. I am looking for it, though. Yeah, this right here is where we got wrecked. Why was that, though? Oops. I think I tried to trade with him or something. Oh, it was this guy. I tried to trade with this guy. I didn't think he'd get me that quickly, but he indeed did. Oh, that one hurt. Oh, so did that one. Are you alive? Okay, they're dormant marionettes. Shattering crystal. Thought I heard someone behind us there. Sorcery of the Mysterious Crystallians creates a massive crystal, then shatters it in a forward burst. Charging enhances potency. The Crystallians are inorganic beings, yet they live. They cleave close to the ideals of the primeval current, and as such, they are revered guests of the sorcerers. They cleave close to the ideals of the primeval current. What the heck is that? Like the inertia of creation? Is that another way of phrasing that? Okay, this is there's something going on here. That looks like a tarnished friend. No, gosh darn it. Whoa! Okay. You have a better ranged attack than me, friend. Well done. Oh! Okay, that was close. Closer than it ought to have been. They were much quicker than I was expecting them to be. Try luring it out. Thank you. I did. Now, what is going on here? It's like a Crystal-a-Palooza over here. Still no precious item. Whoa. Okay. So they're like glintstone stars, kind of. Sort of like how kids have those things in their bedroom where you can just put the little fake stars up. Guess that's what that friend has done. Azur's glintstone staff. Staff of the primeval glintstone sorcerer, Azur. Only those who have glimpsed what lies beyond the wisdom of stone may wield it. Reduces casting time of all sorceries, but consumes additional FP. So is stone in reference, I assume that's in reference to the masks, the headpieces that they all wear. So there was another item that said something like once you're deemed worthy of graduation or whatever, you then wear stone. So it's like a graduation cap, kind of. Okay, where to from here now? I have 3 minutes left. But of course I need to find a site of grace. So... Oh, there was a ladder, wasn't there? Silly me. Where is the ladder? Again, massive frame rate drops, which really annoying. Oh, uh-oh. Of course. You can't just climb down the ladder in peace. Why would you be able to do that? Oh, hello. That's very nice of you to come to me. I was not expecting that. Gosh darn it, okay. Gotta pull out all the stops here. What a setup, honestly. Classic FromSoft. Here's a ladder. Why don't you climb down? Oh, no, wait. Oh, we've been in this church, haven't we? We have. So is that it then? Huh. I feel like we're still missing things. But clearly we've already been here, so I don't know what we'd be missing. Or have we? Yeah, this is the entrance, isn't it? Gosh darn it, I'm so dreadful at this game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the main gate. It is indeed the main gate. Okay. Well, I suppose that's as good a place as any other to leave it, because, yeah, I'm not entirely sure that we got everything, but I'm not really sure where to go. So I guess in the next episode we will head on the highway. What's it called? The Liurnia Highway North, and, yeah, try to go to the Divine Tower, which I want to say is here. But thank you all very, very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!